Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here. It's January 2013, so I thought this would be a great time to sit down and review the films of 2012. So I wanted to talk about the films that I'd seen this year and why I liked them, issues I had with them, and I also wanted to point out something to all those people that are 3D haters. As you know, I'm a big 3D fan, and I get so many people on the boards and in YouTube, and they're like, 3D sucks, I fucking hate this, and it's a gimmick, and it's not going to last, it's a fad, it's going to die soon. Well, guess what, folks? The majority of the films this year came out in 3D. Why? Because audiences do like it. It helps sell tickets, and it looks good. It's nice. It's a nice added feature to a film. In fact, we're seeing more releases of older films being converted into 3D. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. The technology is getting better and better every year. So sorry about your luck. Drink your haterade because 3D is here to stay. And definitely check out my Blu-ray 3D reviews if you're a 3D fan. But before we even talk about any of that stuff, let's look at these films of 2012, see where they rate on my list from bottom of the pile to my favorite film of 2012. All right, now this is going to get an honorable mention. I did not get to see this film in 2012. I'm waiting for the Blu-ray to come out. It unfortunately did not play very long in this particular area, but I'm really looking forward to this movie. I've heard good things about it. Anthony Hopkins, Ellen Mirren, uh, Scarlett Johansson just looks absolutely awesome. I think Hopkins does a great job with this film, and I think Helen Mirren's character is going to play a pivotal role in this movie, playing, of course, the great Alfred Hitchcock's wife. So, haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it? What do you think? I'm really looking forward to the Blu-ray release. Just unfortunately didn't get a chance with the holiday season to go out and see this film. This is the other film. I did not get to see two films on my list this year. This was the other one, WreckIt Ralph. And I'm really upset I didn't get to go see it. Just the holiday season, way too busy for me this year, and I didn't get a chance to go see the film, which is highly unfortunate. I'm waiting for the Blu-ray 3D to come out. Now, this is kind of interesting because it's a Disney film, not a Pixar movie. I thought it was going to be a Pixar film, but it's actually a Disney film. So this is kind of the, I want to say, this is the first CG cartoon under the Disney brand. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And it's got a great cast. John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jane Lynch, and of course, we get cameos from some of the greatest video game characters out there from Street Fighter and Sonic. We get the ghost from Pac-Man, we get Cubert, all kinds of stuff that's out there, just really nice. And they've already greenlit the sequel. Everybody says this is a fantastic film, and they're wanting to get Super Mario in for the second movie. So it's going to be interesting to see, for me, on this one, which video game characters were in it, and the sequel, I think, is going to be real fun as well. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see it, but I really wanted to mention this film. Battleship, right. This was actually a film I did not think I was going to like at all. It was released about 2 months before the US release. Internationally, it was released, and it did very, very well. It made a lot of money internationally over in Europe and Asia and Australia. Unfortunately, it was released right before the Avengers here in the United States, and it just totally got swept away in that whole Avengers phenomenon that was this summer's blockbuster. So, but the film is actually pretty good. I was really surprised. It was fun. It was entertaining. It's nothing cerebral at all. If you're looking for a fun little sci-fi action film, this was definitely something to watch. And like I said, they made tons of money overseas. So Hasbro definitely recouped the money on this film. So yeah, surprisingly not bad. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. I really appreciated this film. This was a film I didn't know how it was going to really go. I was like, this is either going to continue the Ghost Rider franchise or it's going to kill the film franchise. And I really did like it. It had a completely different feel from the first movie, which, if you're not a comic book fan and you watch this film, you may not appreciate it as much. But to me, as a comic book fan, it really felt more like the comics than the first one did. The first one was absolutely a big blockbuster Hollywood comic book two movie film. This one, I think the director really had the spirit, no pun intended, of the comic in mind when he made it. It just felt like a comic. It was darker too. And I liked how he kind of imbued other vehicles aside from a motorcycle in this film, in just the earth mover, the earth digger thing. When he takes a hold of that, it's fantastic, and the 3D looks really good in it as well. So definitely a fun film. Not the best of 2012, but definitely an interesting watch. And we have yet another American Pie sequel, American Reunion. Supposedly, this is going to be the final film. As the tagline says, save the best piece for last. And I really don't know if I'd say that. It's not the best of the franchise. In fact, it's a little washed out. The Michelle character, really, when I watch it, and unfortunately, I see Lily from How I Met Your Mother. I mean, there are really funny scenes in it, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely played out. I think this franchise is done. Personally, I like the direct-to-DVD films, Beta House, The Naked Mile, The Book of Love. I think those characters are a lot more in date, I guess, than these characters are, and they were just funnier. I think it was just something new in that franchise. So it's an okay film, not the best of the series, but it was fun to go back and see where those characters are today. 21 Jump Street. This film had absolutely no business being as good as it was. I saw the ads for this, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to watch this. This looks absolutely horrible. And I was not a fan of the original television series, so that had no nostalgia goggles on my head for it. It didn't look appealing to me. I didn't like the old show. I didn't think this looked any better. And somebody had seen it and recommended I'd go see it, so I did. And Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum actually do a really good job with the film. It is funny. You've got Dr. Dre doing a cameo in the film, and Holly Robinson, she also has a cameo in the film, which is great. And going through the entire movie, at the end, spoiler alert, we do have Johnny Depp and Peter DeLuise in cameo roles at the end of the film, which is fantastic, reprising the original characters from the show, which was very funny. And I don't know if Holly Robinson's character was the same one, but she was definitely in the film. And side note, if you didn't know, Peter DeLuise, he is the son of the late Dom DeLuise. So I didn't really know that until I started researching this film. But yeah, this is actually a pretty funny movie. I think they've greenlit a sequel for it, and I can definitely see that because it was a good, fun, funny buddy cop film. We haven't seen one like this probably since the likes of the Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cops and another stakeout type stuff, those kind of films. So it was nice to see one like that. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. This film had been re-released at theaters this year for its 30th anniversary. Yes, this film is 30 years old. It's so hard to believe. This is one of the first films that I went to see in the theater as a child. I still remember seeing it with my grandmother and mother and my little sister. And the guys in the biosuits scared the hell out of me. The aliens didn't. It was the government that scared me. And guess what, folks? That still does to me today. The government scares the hell out of me. But this film, they re-released it. Just looks absolutely fantastic on the film. And it was in the original format. No removing of the guns or anything like that. That pissed all the fans off. Spielberg put it back to the original format, and he did enhance the graphics. It looks really nice. Was fantastic to go see yet again. I don't know how many times I've seen this. It's my mother's favorite film, and it is absolutely a gem to watch.